Star Trek Strange New Worlds is new Trek at its best. Period. Listen, I'm not going to act like this is some sort of hot take. Star Trek as of late has been extremely hot and cold with everyone, especially those in the fan base. I'm no different. I like Lower Decks. I really like Strange New Worlds. I've only seen one season of Discovery and didn't really have a great opinion on it.
No thanks, bro.
Star Trek Picard took more time off my life than my Parkinson's diagnosis.
An unmitigated disaster.
Star Trek Strange New Worlds feels like a breath of fresh air for the universe, and it easily is the best Trek has been since Enterprise left the air.
Hi.
The show gets so many things right that the worst of new Trek, namely Picard, can't seem to get right.
Borg entered her. She was a jeune fille. You are going to have to dice her up.
Anyway, I'm not much of an actor.
What makes Strange New Worlds so much better than Picard? Honestly, it's a few things.
Hit it.
First off, Strange New Worlds feels like a far more expensive and cinematic show. Star Trek Picard feels very cheap, highlighted by the second season that took place mostly on location. Listen, it's great seeing actual places and not actors against green screen backdrops. But shooting in LA, where a majority of the actors live, and dressing this as some sort of traveling scenario felt cheap. Then again, when you're backing up the Brinks truck to Patrick Stewart's house, I can understand the financial difficulties. Strange New Worlds invests its money wisely, with beautiful sets, incredible costume design, including multiple sets of uniforms for the cast, and the use of the video wall that makes most of the environment. Cinematically, there is no comparison. A few shots of Picard do look good, maybe even film good, but majority of Strange New Worlds looks far better thanks to expert lighting and a retro throwback to the original series. The biggest thing of note is probably storytelling. Star Trek doesn't have to be episodic to be good. I still stand by my feelings of Deep Space Nine being the best of Trek, and it was serialized storytelling. However, it was written by great sci-fi writers that did their best to build dramatic stories with excellent characters. Each episode of Picard, specifically Season 2, was introducing another problem, another conflict, and eventually the entire theme of the show was lost. Strange New Worlds went back to the famed episodic television and excelled. To be fair, Lower Decks started a bit earlier, but Strange New Worlds is a bit closer to identity with the dramatic flair. While some episodes are better than others, like Memento Mori, even when the episodes aren't the best, they're a singular episode. Not spending an entire season on trying to figure out who the Borg Queen is in a scenario that doesn't make much sense. Strange New Worlds, in my humble opinion, has a stronger cast, more heart, and a better use of allegory to the Star Trek universe. I absolutely love Patrick Stewart, and consider him something of a father figure in a way most watching this probably do too. However, in a lot of Picard, it felt more like Stewart being himself, rather than what we saw in TNG or even the movies. This doesn't necessarily make it bad, but different?
They don't change.
Their priorities seem to have changed. A new change in the behavior of the Borg.
But I know, you'd never leave Starfleet.
No, I'd never leave Starfleet.
Sitting here, all these years, nursing my offended dignity.
The cast of Strange New Worlds is brilliant, top to bottom, with Anson Mount leading in what I can only say is the best dramatic acting in the entire New Trek universe. Mount's Pike, along with the rest of the cast, bring what New Trek has desperately been missing, a feeling of hope.
But right now, your job isn't just about orders, it's about hope. Belief can be the difference between victory and defeat. Get a crew to believe in miracles, and I just give you one.
Picard sprinkled it in a time or two, but ultimately, its message was buried in more reminders of how lousy humanity is.
Take off a hood and put on a suit.
You must be patient.
You know who has the luxury of patience here? Someone who looks like you.
Wonderful ambassador up against the backdrop of hope.
Trek has always been good about using other races, other conflicts, or other situations to have a teachable moment for how humanity has grown and how we can grow now. Picard ponders too much on what we are now rather than what we can become. Strange New Worlds welcomes that with messages of hope, friendship, and discovery. I'm not going to dunk on New Trek or Picard. If you love any of it, I'm happy for you, and don't let any talking potato take that from you. All I'm saying is, Strange New Worlds is good and worth your time. Even when it isn't the best, it's still pretty damn good, and often brought a twinkle to my eye. That same twinkle I had when I crowded around my shitty box television as a kid, waiting for the next episode of TNG, Voyager, or Deep Space Nine. I can thankfully say Star Trek is back. If you want to hear me talk more about Star Trek, click on this video here, and I'll see you on the next one.